The Prime Minister has refused to reveal how many immigration detainees with criminal records have been released into the community. Live to Sky News political reporter Joel Philp. Joel, the opposition has accused the government of a cover-up over these detainees.
They have, Danica. Look, the latest publicly available figures that we have on the immigration detainees that have been released into the community are now 3 months old, back from October, and that number in those figures stands at 149. Now, beyond that, of course, what's going to occur in the future is any future data is going to be confined to monthly immigration detention reports released by the Australian Border Force. But we haven't got the figures from November yet. Operation Aegis, which is, of course, that joint operation between Border Force and AFP that is managing the release of these people released after that High Court ruling, will no longer be giving regular updates as it has done so. Also, what we have now learned is that Australian Federal Police will not be updating the Australian community about charges that these criminals are facing with, are allegedly committing, if they are state-based crimes that they've allegedly committed. For example, drug laws or breaching drug laws may be an example of that. Now, the Shadow Home Affairs Minister, James Patterson, has responded to these revelations today.
This is a government which promised transparency, but what it is instead delivering is secrecy. And over the summer break, they've radically changed the way in which they were reporting how many of these detainees have been released and whether or not they've been committing crimes. Prior to Christmas, the Border Force was reporting on a weekly basis how many people had been released, and the Federal Police was being upfront about how many had been reoffended, but since then they've now moved to a monthly reporting system.
The Prime Minister was caught in an awkward exchange on Breakfast TV this morning when he was trying to defend his government's approach to this situation, but he would not say how many former detainees are now currently in the community.
There's been absolutely no change in any of the policy and the information that was given under the former government when Peter Dutton was the Minister for Home Affairs. No change whatsoever.
So how many criminals have been released?
Well, there's been no change whatsoever when
sorry, that's not the question. The question is how many?
Well, the Federal Department provide the information at the appropriate time in the same way that they always have.
And Danica, the latest report from the Australian Border Force reveals that of the 987 people currently in immigration detention facilities, 92.2% of them have a criminal record.